Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to Maximum Zen Yoga. We'll start our practice today in a comfortable seated position. To help us get centered, we'll flow through a few rounds of a full yogic breath. So to begin, close the eyes. And as you inhale, pull the breath into the belly. Then allow the ribs to expand, pausing at the top. And as you exhale, moving from the top all the way down to the belly. Inhale into the belly as the belly expands. Allow the ribs to expand. And exhale, gently pull the ribs in. Belly comes in last. On your next inhale, sweep the arms up towards the sky. Release your left hand to the mat as you reach up and over to the left. Come back to center, bring both hands to the sky. Release the right hand, reach up and over to the right. And we'll do this again, reaching both arms up. Release the left hand and over to the left. And reaching both arms up. Release the right hand, reaching over to the right. And one more time, come back to center, reaching both arms up. Release your left hand, reach over to the left. And come back to center, reach both arms up. Release the right hand as you reach over to the right. And gently coming back to center. Make your way onto hands and knees, coming into tabletop position. And we'll flow through 5 rounds of cat-cow. So moving with the breath as you inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze. And as you exhale, round through the spine, tuck the chin, tuck the tailbone. 4 more rounds here, dropping the belly as you inhale. Rounding through the spine as you exhale. Connecting the movement to your breath. Drop the belly, inhale, filling up the lungs. Exhale to round through the spine, tuck the chin. Moving even slower than you want to. Inhale, drop the belly. And exhale to round. Feel the space between each vertebrae. Last one, dropping the belly as you inhale. And exhale to round, lift up through the shoulder blades. Come back to a neutral spine. Walk your knees to either side of the mat. Bring the big toes together and come into a wide-legged extended child's pose. Relaxing the forehead down onto the mat. Extending the arms out in front. And reconnecting to the full yogic breath, inhaling into the belly, then into the ribs. Exhale, letting it go from the ribs, and pulling the belly in last. And allow the hips to relax. And then walking the hands forward, coming up onto your fingertips, lift your elbows up and away from the mat. Feel the length down the side body as you press your fingertips into the mat, lifting the forearms and the elbows. Slowly come up to center, bring the knees to hip width distance. Tuck your toes under and come into a hover position, lifting the knees a couple inches away from the mat. And then lower. Come into a hover and slowly start to lift your hips towards the sky. Move into downward facing dog. If it feels good for you, you can bend one knee at a time, walking out the dog. And eventually coming to stillness. Press down equally through the palms. Find length through the spine. Reach the tailbone towards the sky. Gently start to straighten out the legs. Feel the space in the hamstrings. Taking some nice full deep yogic breaths. On your next inhale, look forward and take baby steps to the top of the mat. Hang forward in your forward fold. Keep the knees bent. And grabbing onto opposite elbows. Sway the torso from side to side. Allow the head to be heavy and the neck is relaxed. Slowly come back to center, release the elbows. Bend the knees and bring your belly all the way onto your thighs as you keep hinging forward. And slowly start to straighten out the legs as you inhale, come into halfway lift, flat back. And exhale, plant the hands on the mat. Bend the knees and inhale, float the arms all the way to the sky. Exhale, bring hands down through heart center. Bring your hands to your hips and step back with your left foot. Bring the back foot to a 45-degree angle and press your heel into the earth as you start to lunge forward. So lunging into the right knee. Allow your right knee to be stacked directly above the ankle. When you're ready, reach your arms towards the sky. Keep pressing down both your heels equally into the mat. Keep the hips square to the front of the room. And gently tuck the low ribs in towards the spine. Taking a full deep yogic breath as we hold Warrior One. From here, we'll transition into Warrior Two by walking the left foot so it's parallel to the edge of the back of your mat. And then lunging into the right knee. Bring the arms to a T position and bring the gaze over the right fingertips. Continue to breathe full, deep, steady breaths. And on your next inhale, reach your right fingertips forward, hinging at the right hip crease. Bring your forearm down to your thigh and sweep the left hand down and forward, coming into extended side angle. Keep the core engaged. Try not to lean too much on the right forearm. And if you'd like to challenge your core strength, reach your right arm up as well. Reaching both hands forward, engage the core. Continue to breathe, full deep breaths. Feel the strength in the body. And then come back to your Warrior Two. Beautiful. Flip the right hand open and reverse our warrior, coming into peaceful warrior. You can tuck the left hand down behind the low back, or even leaning it down your back leg. Keep lunging into the right knee and come back to Warrior Two. Straightening out your right knee, and let's heel toe the feet together, coming back to center. Step to the top of the mat with your hands on your hips and step the right foot back. Bring the back foot to a 45-degree angle. Square your hips to the front of the room and start to lunge into the left knee. Engage the core, pull the low ribs in. Whenever you're ready, reach the arms up towards the sky. Pressing both heels into the mat, pulling up energy from the earth as you press down with strength and force, and then growing nice and light and tall up through the torso and out through the fingertips. And breathing a full deep yogic breath. Start to transition into Warrior Two. Heel toe the right foot so it's parallel to the back of your mat. Lunge into the left knee. Bring the arms to shoulder height and bring the gaze over the left fingertips. You can even take a peek back at your backhand. Make sure it's in line with the shoulders. Gently tuck the tailbone, pull the low ribs in, and breathe. On your next inhale, reach the left fingertips forward and bring your forearm down to your thigh. Sweep your right hand down and forward. Try to use your core strength here and not lean too much on your forearm and the thigh. Bring the gaze up to the sky if it's okay on the back of the neck. If you'd like to challenge your core strength, reach both arms up and forward, engaging the core. Keep breathing. Beautiful. Windmill the hands back to Warrior Two. And find your lunge into the left knee if you've lost it. Flip the left hand open and reverse warrior, leaning up and back, feeling space created down the side body, and breathing as you hold. Come back to Warrior Two, straightening out the left knee. Bring both feet so they're pointing forward, and then heel toe the feet together. Step to the top of the mat. Inhale, float the arms up to the sky. Exhale, hinge forward. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands and step back into high plank. Inhale as you roll high up onto your toes. Exhale, drop the knees and lower down. Inhale into baby cobra. And exhale, push through tabletop into downward facing dog. Take a full deep breath in your downward facing dog. And inhale, come forward down onto the knees. Bring hands to the low back, pressing onto just above your glutes. Start to lift your heart towards the sky. Pull the elbows together. Lean up and back. Squeeze the glutes to protect the low back. Feel the opening in the heart as you reach your heart towards the sky. Keep squeezing the glutes and slowly come back to center. Release your sit bones onto your heels and fold forward, coming into another version of child's pose. This time bringing your hands down beside the body, curling up like a little seed. And we'll move into rabbit. So grabbing onto the heels, start to lift your sit bones, come up onto your knees. Keep pulling your heels towards you as you round your spine, tuck your chin, and lean forward. And when that's complete, release into child's pose. Slowly rolling up to seated. Moving up to the top of your mat if you're not already there, and set up for a reclining hero pose. So resting the sit bones down onto the heels, press your knees into the mat and start to walk your hands back. You might be able to come down onto your forearms, just stopping whenever you feel a stretch on the front of the quadriceps, so the front of the thighs. Keep pressing your knees into the mat and breathing into the stretch. To come out, you can come up onto the hands if you're on forearms. And then we'll swing the legs around front. Set up for head to knee pose. Bringing the sole of the left foot onto the inner right thigh. Turn your torso towards your right toes and inhale, reach the arms up towards the sky. Exhale, start to fold forward with a long spine. If you feel any tightness or pinching in the low back, take a bend into the right knee. Think about bringing your belly towards your thigh. We'll slowly come out of this pose and then come back into it for a second set. This time maybe walking your hands down your right leg. Bring your belly to your thigh first, and then bring your head towards your knee. And start to release back to center, switching sides. Extend your left leg and bring the sole of the right foot onto your inner thigh. Turn your torso towards the left toes. As you inhale, reach the arms up and over, folding forward over the left thigh. And paying attention to the sensations in the body. If you feel tightness in the low back, gently bend your left knee. Coming out of this pose, come back to center, and then start to walk your hands all the way down your left leg, coming into our second set of head to knee pose. Think about bringing the belly towards the thigh, and then the head towards the knee. When that feels complete, come back to center. Then we'll bring the soles of both your feet together. Allow the knees to be falling out to either side of the room, sitting up nice and tall to start, and hinging forward. Keep the spine long. Feeling space in the hips and the inner thighs. Breathing fresh oxygen into the space created in the low body. Keep breathing full deep breaths. And then rounding up to center, laying all the way back. Bring your arms out to a T position. Feet are at hip width distance. And then bring your shins so they're parallel to the ceiling. Slowly bring the knees over to the right. And then come back through center and bring the knees over to the left. And come back through center. Give yourself a nice big squeeze, hugging your knees in towards you. Gently rocking side to side if that feels good on the spine. And then release your knees and walk your feet to either edge of the mat. Rock the knees back and forth. Nice slow rocking. And if it feels good, you can bring one hand to the belly and the other hand to your heart. As you slowly rock the knees back and forth, moving even slower than you'd like to. Give yourself permission to move as slowly as you can. When that feels complete for you, make your way into a reclining cobbler's pose by bringing the soles of the feet together. With bent knees, allow your knees to fall out to either side of the room. Keeping one hand on your belly and your other hand on your heart, I invite you to close your eyes, bringing all of your awareness to the movement of your breath, maybe even the sensation of the beating of your heart. Allow the mind to be still and relaxed. And whenever you're ready, you can make your way into Shavasana, extending both the legs and the arms, taking up as much space as you need to. And allowing the body to be still. Allowing all of the muscles to be relaxed. And the mind to be calm. I invite you to lay in your Shavasana for as long as you need to. And when you're ready, rolling over onto your side, pausing in the fetal position. And eventually making your way into a comfortable seated position. We'll close our practice today. I'd like to thank you for sharing your practice with me. And I will see you next time. Namaste.